just when you think things can surely not get worse. No, now the President of the United States has nominated somebody to the FCC, and I want to tell you why that nomination is diabolical. I want to explain to you, in 2018, 2 bills were passed under President Trump. These bills were passed bipartisan. It's called the FOSTA and the SESTA bill. These bills were championed by anti-trafficking organizations that says children should not be raped by adults and sold like furniture. Well, there was an organization at that time called the EFF. This is the Electronic Frontier Foundation. They fought against the bills. They want children to be able to be exploited online. See, FOSTA and SESTA was written to protect children from online platforms. Anybody that owns, operates, or manages an online platform, such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, OnlyFans, the dark web, 4chan, 8chan, any of these channels, anybody that owns, operates, or facilitates content, third-party content on any of those sites can now be held liable if they promote an individual to be sold into prostitution or sex trafficking because of FOSTA and SESTA. The EFF fought against FOSTA and SESTA. Well, why is this important? The person Joe Biden, our president, is nominating to the FCC Commission, the Federal Communications Commission, to take a vacant board seat, become a board of directors member, to become an overlord of social media and websites. He's nominating a person that works for the EFF, that's on their board, that fought against the sex trafficking laws in 2018. He's nominating Gigi Sohn. Gigi Sohn fought against, actually launched an assault on President Trump for wanting to protect children online. Gigi Sohn and her posse at the EFF felt like children should not be protected online. Third-party content providers could take a surreptitiously filmed naked image of a child and post it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to post it. The law says no, you cannot. The law opens up legal action, liability for an individual, a parent that says, hey, my child was filmed, or there's content online, or corporately hold them liable. Gigi Sohn did not want that to happen. Now, the bill's passed. Bipartisan, by the way, okay? In the House, they passed 388 to 25. In the Senate, it passed 97 to 2, with a couple votes not voting. But the President of the United States took the FOSTA and SESTA bills and then built on it and ultimately signed an anti-sex trafficking bill, which I stood right next to him when he signed it in the White House. Groundbreaking. That bill, of course, was rescinded by Joe Biden. See, Joe Biden has now stepped up his game to aid and abet human traffickers, child sex offenders, those who sexually exploit children, child rape. He's aiding and abetting them. Not only at the border's wide open, children are being sold into this country. The cartel's calling those kids ghost children. No one's looking for them, basically falling into the hands of all the predators in the United States. No, he is nominating Gigi Sohn to the FCC Commission to sit in a seat that supposedly is supposed to hold platforms accountable to protect children. She's not going to hold them accountable. Are you kidding me? This is how they work. They infiltrate the hierarchy. They create a monopoly. It's nepotism at best. At best. At worst, it is nefarious. It is absolute child sacrifice. But nepotism at best, where they can control them. She cannot sit on that board. How do we stop that? You cry out to your local elected officials. Gigi Sohn, I'm putting it in the caption. I'm putting her name on screen. Cannot sit on the board of the FCC. They will not hold platforms accountable. They will not scrape child porn off of the online platforms. They will not make, Section 230 get revised. They will not see these people in a court of law. They will not defend the innocence of children in this country. They will, however, create a level or easier playing field for the predator. Oh, they'll look the other way. The FCC will look this way while the predator's abusing a child that way. That's what's going to happen. They're literally nominating people to the FCC board that has fought against the protection of children. Think about that. Let that sink in. And then ask yourself, what do you do with this piece of information? You're going to sit? You're going to look the other way like the FCC? Or are you going to do something? Look down below in the caption. We give you certain action items you can take to actually do something. I want a public outcry. Gigi Son cannot sit in that FCC seat. Now, I know Joe Biden is going to nominate somebody that we don't agree with. But sure as heck, you cannot nominate the very person that fought for looser laws as it relates to the exploitation of children. Absolutely not. You now know if you do nothing, maybe the blood is on your hands. Do something about it. Call your legislators, drive them bonkers. This woman cannot be on the FCC board of directors.